Welcome to another episode of Ask Mr. Tricam, starring me, Mr. Tricam. A viewer writes, "Dear Mr. Tricam, what's the best way to advise my girlfriend who needs to find a guy with nuts?" Signed, Betsy Wetsy. Really? I love it when people ask questions like, "My girlfriend has this problem," etc. But to answer your question, we've reached out to leading dating psychologist and noted climber Dr. H.P. Highbottom for his opinion.
I'm looking for a crack, and preferably I'd want something that looks exactly the same size and shape as one of my nuts. I can hold the nuts up against the crack to see which one I think is going to best fit it. Once I've found a point where I seem to get a good fit, I'll put a little load on it, and then once I'm happy, I'll give it a final jerk.
Right. Hope that's some help to your girlfriend, Betsy. Another viewer writes, "Dear Mr. Tricam, can I assess the probability of a trad piece holding me based on my body weight?" Signed, Even Steven. Of course you can, Steven. Just do a quick mental calculation using this simple formula. If the resultant is 100, it means there's a 100% chance it will hold you, because you can't even get your fat ass off the ground to see if it actually will. Finally, another viewer writes, "Dear Mr. Tricam, what about silent rope communication? How many tugs for off belay versus on belay?" Signed, James Special K. Good question, James. Silent belay signals are useful if the leader is out of sight and the belayer is unsure if the leader really is off belay. To signal the leader, the belayer should give one really hard tug on the rope. If the leader then screeches incoherently, "What the fuck?" and the rope suddenly comes tight enough to yank the belayer off their feet, that's the proper way a leader signals that they're not off belay. If the leader then fails to respond to repeated shouts of, "Are you okay?" that's the signal that they're either unconscious or dead. Hope that clears that up for you, James. Well, that's all the time we have for today, but if you have a question for Mr. Tricam, you can leave it in the comments section of this video, or email me directly at mrtricam@hellojoemedia.com. And please be sure to like and share this video. And see you all on the next episode of Ask Mr. Tricam.